All right.
Yep. We're on.
Hey. Are we on? Hello. Welcome to our show this evening. Tonight, we have the privilege of speaking with the renowned avant-garde filmmaker, Jonathan Bry, who, as just about everybody in the civilized world knows, has made some of the most, what shall I say, interesting, provocative, as well as edifying, analytic, and in fact, see-through film experimental documentations of our time, and in fact, of any time. And if I smile, it is really just simply in the recollection of the moments that this man has brought us in terms of, what shall I say, wonderful cinematic experiences. And now, without further ado, I shall interrogate the renowned and famous, and I believe at this point filthy rich, filmmaker, Jonathan Bry.
Hi, nice to meet you. Well, I'm really thankful that you have me on your show today. And any questions that you want to ask me, feel free. I will give you the uncandid answers. Thank you.
Mr. Dry.
Yes.
That wasn't what I really had in mind. First of all, when you make your films, what is it that you are trying to do? What is it you're trying to explain to us in terms of, let's say, the human condition?
Well, the human condition, to me, is a condition which we all are a part of course. And whenever I make a film, you know, that reflects the idea of the human condition, well, I think that,
Okay, perhaps I should rephrase that. When did you first get your start?
Well, I first got my start when I was born, because before I knew it, I was on this planet. It was like, boom, boom, here I am on this planet. Okay, I must document this. So I started documenting my ideas and such in the dirt. And then the teachers came up and went, stop it, stop playing in the dirt, you little bad boy. And then I never forgave them for that.
I see. Now, your birth, per se, so to speak, as we shall call it, euphemistically,
right,
was it, let's say, legitimate or planned, or was it, in fact, you know, perhaps an accident of nature?
Well, yeah, I was an accident.
You were an accident.
No doubt about it.
Is that to say you were a collision? Like something that would be found on the side of a road, for example, a roadkill, or, you know, something that would, how would you explain that? You know, how you came into existence?
Well, it's pretty complex, but if you really want to get into it, my father had sex with my mother, right? And then when he had sex with her, his little sperm went, there's an egg.
Now, is that the usual procedure?
I think in most cases, yes. It's probably the usual procedure. Even though other people wish, I mean, there's people that they go, I'm going to play God. I am going to be God. I'm going to make my sperm hit this egg. Right. Yeah. So I'm going to make it go. Yeah, right. There's no way that it's going to happen randomly. But my sperm went.
I see. Do you suppose there's anything in the process that we're speaking of at this moment which would make a difference in the development of the fetus where one would turn into an avant-garde filmmaker versus turning into a plumber, for example?
Oh, yeah, I think there's a lot of difference because I remember when I was a little young child and I saw my first film and I said, I want to be in the film business. I went to my school and I used to draw little pictures of the children in my class and I put them in sequence and I would chop the pictures up and I would put them on a tablet and I would go and as I went I would see them moving and I knew that I wanted to be a filmmaker.
I see. So you wanted to be sequential.
Well, for the most part, yes.
You felt that you weren't sequential normally.
No.
You had really no sequence in your life. So therefore you had to project it through a mechanical process in order to attain a kind of sequential projection of a life which was otherwise, in fact, frozen, stuck in the mud, and going nowhere.
Right, exactly.
I see.
Well, I'm so happy that you brought that to my attention because until now I really didn't realize how unsequential I was.
Well, I think it's simply, well, it's evident. Well, I certainly didn't mean to touch on a wrong nerve. And I feel terrible if in fact I have hit a sensitive point here.
No, there's no problem. No.
I realize that you artists tend to be a little oversensitive about, many things. I mean, that's putting it lightly. I mean, exaggerated is like, come on, give me a break, right? Like artists, come on. Exaggerating every goddamn little thing, excuse the expression, okay? But, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I tell you what, because I just happen to have
Motrin.
With our sponsor of the evening,
Motrin.
Which?
Good for headaches of all kinds.
If you can catch a little bit the label there, and which I would just like to take a moment to recommend for the viewing audience. Highly recommended by the avant-garde of today, because they have tensions and stresses you can't believe, and this eases them. Am I right?
You're right.
You're right. Thank you. Okay, getting back to the questioning with our guest of this evening, Mr. Bry, who is the avant-garde filmmaker of the moment.
Hi, how you doing? Do you have a question?
Yes, I did, in fact. What is it you really feel that you're trying to do when you point the camera at various things in front of your naked eyeball with your silly kind of pagan retina optic nerve, which is, doing nothing at all but sitting there and taking in things?
Well, if you want to bring that subject up, it's kind of a little subject of voyeurism, because I like to touch my body, and I like to watch other people watch me touch my body, and I like when other people watch me, watch them, and so forth, touch my body. Oh, but anyway, back to,
I see. There seems to be a certain reflective narcissism involved in this process. Now, is that to say that you are alluding to the Greek motif here of self-consciousness, which is sort of like a pale reflection of awareness? Or, conversely, are you, in fact, the person that we found out to be in our research before the program a certain Mr. Dry who was recently released from the Napa Institute for the Mentally Insane.
I found it.
Can you verify that, Mr. Dry?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Recently, you were.
Yes, well, see, well, the tabloids, you know, the tabloids, they're ridiculous. They basically, they take every little opportunity they can to blow out of proportion any little discrepancies that they can, and I'm just appalled that the people would pay attention to it, and that they would adhere to those kind of activities. So I think that I would just like to say, face as you will, that this was untrue. It's ridiculous. It's not happening around here, no.
I understand. So the recent articles in the San Francisco Chronicle, which were doubting your sanity, so to speak, euphemistically, and in fact, realistically, were allegations which had no foundations in reality?
They had no foundations whatsoever. Well, whose reality are you talking about? I mean, there's like, you talk about the reality of the press. I mean, come on. I'm a man of professional stature. What are you trying to prove? I'm a nice guy, and it's...
Well, and you have touched on some scintillating, interesting points here. What is nice, what is proved, and what is guy?
Oh, I saw this really nice guy. He had a nice butt. He's so nice. Oh, no, excuse me. Continue.
I'm sorry, because we are having a serious discussion here, and it is for the sake of our viewers and the edification of, I would say, humanity at large. If you will bear with us,
yes,
Mr. Dry, renowned
of course.
filmmaker.
Well, you know, basically, whatever the kids are gonna watch, they're gonna watch. Whatever the adults are gonna watch, they're gonna watch. And whatever I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna watch.
Now, is this the basis that one gets funding? Because for some of our viewers, they might be interested in the process that one, how should I put it? You know, NEA funding, here's $20,000 for jacking off, so to speak, euphemistically.
Oh, you want me to jack off?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to that, not literally, but I understand that you artists cannot tell a difference. I have yet another question, Mr. Dry.
Yeah.
Is there some process whereby, well, let's say, film, cameras, and hot, really hot lights, and make one hairy?
Yeah. Go on.
Is there any, can you explain the relation, if any, the cause and effect? Is there any sort of, let's say, in the sense of the McLuhan-esque, if you will, in fact, where you have the cool and the hot mediums of TV and film, and the extent to where some people have more hair, in fact, are downright hairy, pagan, almost animalistic, what shall I say, monkey-like, simian creatures, who, at the same time, might be movie stars.
Yeah, go on, please.
Is there something there which you could explore for us?
Well, actually, when you get down to that, I think there's a lot of desperate actors that will do anything for a buck. They'll do anything to get their face on the screen. They'll do anything to get paid. LA is full of them. It's corrupt. And I think that we should all be aware of those kind of people.
I like
those disgusting people.
I've been to LA. I like LA.
Oh.
You've been to Santa Monica?
Yeah, actually, LA is where I was born, and I like LA. And LA is a nice place, and it's a cool place. Are you the one that's gonna write the check? You gonna write the check? No?
He's my producer.
Oh, your producer's a nice guy. He's gonna write the check. Right?
He was born in LA too.
Right, yeah, LA is cool. LA is cool. I like LA. LA is cool. You gonna write the check?
My producer.
Your producer's gonna write the check.
I see. It's a form of method acting which relies upon the actual twist, the turn of the screw. Is there a kind of a Henry James aspect to this which relies upon, and yet an existential moment which in fact evokes pain and real blood, and yet doesn't? If I could be so blunt. I don't feel a thing. But I'm an interviewer, so I'm not supposed to feel anything because, you know, what the hell? I'm goddamn immune from all of this. Thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't even take this job. Nevertheless, how did this figure as a central prop in your movie, which I would hasten to point out, did not do well in the box office?
Well, you know, people, all they want to do is but Nintendo, Sega, play video games. Well, they have not seen... Maybe because we're all wacko.
I see. Mr. Dry. Was it a process involving the revolution of the mechanical in which you drill into the brain of the actor and, shall I say, extricate the memories? Mr. Dry, if you could get up to our...
No! Oh.
Mr. Dry, having already ruined the rug of the studio here, which is, you know, going to subtract from your payment for this interview, which already is done. Does this bring back memories, Mr. Dry, as I turn the screw? Does this somehow evoke anything, whether the repressed memories of your childhood, which I'm reluctant to bring up, but you know, in fact, this is what happens when interview. You get into Freudian stuff, and you might as well just, you know, reveal it all. Or, I told you this, I thought I'm poking on. As a prop for your movies, what exactly are we doing? When you insisted upon drilling for us.
Yes?
The scene in your famous movie, Psychoacoustic Breakdown, when the lovely Janet Leigh is being drilled by this very instrument in a shower, accidentally, as it would say. What exactly your motives were? And to what extent it had anything to do with the plot development at all?
Well, actually, I was thinking about the condition of the human race at the time when I was in various thought stages of the total scene, and I really don't think that
Are you trying to tell us, Mr. Dry, that the human race is screwed, therefore requires images of such a brutal nature?
Actually, if you really want to take it down to that, well...
Not to say
I
mechanical.
Yes.
I see. So therefore, we are screwed by the mechanical.
No, it's...
Is that the metaphor of the zeitgeist that you are elucidating through the medium of your expression as a kind of resident alien idiot?
Are you talking about the movie or the film?
Well, I was sort of, I don't need to be editorializing here, but I was sort of referring to one's,
Who is this guy? Where'd he come from? Who the hell is this guy? I don't believe it. This guy comes in.
I work here, I got a job.
Who is this guy?
I'm paying for this. You're not.
Who is this guy?
I'm a musician, man.
Who is this guy?
I don't know how to work.
Who is this guy? He's just like, okay, I'm walking down the street, everything's fine, and this guy starts asking me all these fucking damn questions. Who is this guy?
Okay, so I can't get a job. What can I do?
Who is this guy? My God!
I got rhythm, you know? Come on, give me a break.
Okay, he's got rhythm.
That's not rhythm, that's noise. Okay, besides which, I wanted to point out that this is at the same time a science show. And we are now going to look at maggots. Okay, if you can all bear with me, we can see the wing of the little junior maggot, which is just now sprouting with a kind of transparent, whoops. And the thing. Okay, our previous guest is still here, unfortunately. Pay no attention. Okay, what we have here now is microscopic conga drumming, which is really a first in television. I think you'll have to agree, as well as rude, ruined ex-interview guests who are unfortunately of the primitive sort. And I think you will agree, people who have hairy arms should be, you know, well, what can I tell you? I don't want to be discriminating, but there it is. Okay. Enough of the science portion of our program. We will now continue with our microscopic tambourine exhibition. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, that was a unique experience, I think, for all of us, and you will agree. For the next portion of our show, Spastic Piano by a primitive Norwegian with ego problems. And severe mental imbalance, further stressed out by the, what should I say, the pressure of our media. You can tell. It's been a strain on the poor boy. I think what we can tell here are the follow-ups of a long life based on drugs and... What did you tell me before we were on camera? The alcoholism and the sexual problems that you didn't want me to mention on camera. Was that the kind of thing?
I'm crazy!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really... And yet...
I'm crazy!
and yet you have an NEA grant. Now, Mr. Dry, how would you explain?
Actually, when you get right down to it, it was tough in the beginning, but we all had a hard time getting to work on time and also trying to make the best of the film. It was, you know, the film started taking place in 1992, and it was very difficult for all of us to meet at the same time, and for all of us to really get the script together. But before long, it was like we all became a family, and we were all really happy that we got to the film. And before long,
I see. So continuity is not one of your strong points.
yes, it is. Everything just went fine.
Mr. Dry, can you tell me anything about your true feelings regarding the phases of the moon?
The moon is good. I like the moon. The moon is up there. Up there. And when the moon is little, I am little. And when the moon is big, I am big. I'm big on the moon.
Doing commercials for toothpaste. Mr. Dry, there are agencies out there for people who have problems with dating and meeting others of the opposite sex.
Sex. Sex. Sex.
Well, I wanted to ask you, our most distinguished guest of the evening.
Hi, I'm sorry that I lost control. My sincere apologies for all the actions in the last few minutes, and also the industry would like to apologize, the station would like to apologize, and we would not do that again. I'm sorry. And I hope that you continue doing business with us in the future.
Thank you. Mr. Dry, in your opinion, would you say that sex is here to stay?
It's always here to stay. Sex is always here to stay.
I see. Now, is that, let's say, an interpretive, subjective opinion on your part, or do you believe that it reflects a kind of basic belief on the part of your generation?
Well, I don't know what your generation is, but mine is fun, sex, yeah. Woo.
I see. That would explain perhaps the high unemployment rate amongst your generation. Do you believe there is a equally high rate of hairy people amongst your peers? And how would you explain that?
Well, I just don't know anymore. I just can't take it. Girl, why you ask me so many questions?
It's a goddamn interview, you idiot. What do you think is going on? I have the feeling, Mr. Dry, that your, let's say, mother, for lack of a better word, had been one of those slightly deluded people from the 60s who took a few too many drugs. Am I right? I see. I'm sorry. I may have hit a nerve here. As in fact, I have hit a nerve. And I'm dreadfully sorry because this is occurring on camera before a national audience. And yes,
No, really, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I see. Mr. Dry, we have one more aspect of the program in which what we thought we would do as a method.
Yes, go on. Go on.
Demonstrate to the viewing audience your inherent improvisational talent. As a moment, in fact, I think an opportunity for you to refute all of the allegations out there, scurrilous as they may seem, which seem to have been casting doubts upon the sanity of this most creative individual in our times. What we have in mind here is a little musical interlude in which you provide the interpretive moments. Are we ready?
Yes.
That was wonderful, Mr. Jordan. I can see why you're a member of the avant-garde and why you'll probably never leave that distinction. Now, we shall apply to you the same technique. It will be a kind of, if you will, audio lobotomy shock. It can be so spontaneous. One moment, please.